What does it mean if I'm getting different quotes back at vastly different price points?
Typically, you will see some variance in price based on company, but usually
same ballpark.
Ballpark. I mean, if you get a quote for, and it's $2,000 a year, would it be reasonable to think you could get a quote that's $1,800 a year? Sure. Would it be reasonable to think you would get a quote that's $1,000 a year? Probably not. So usually there's something going on there. There's something behind the scenes. That could be maybe the agent that quoted the lower quote is classifying it wrong, or maybe the one that quoted the higher quote's classifying it incorrectly, because there are different classifications that describe what you're doing, and it's totally up to the agent to communicate that and get that right. So sometimes mistakes can be made, and maybe they're not doing it the right way. The best thing to do is ask questions.
Yeah, absolutely. There are some carriers that do have significantly lower rates because of exclusions as well. So, for instance, we work with a carrier who has a really excellent rates for one class code. They do so because that specific company is for a very niche group of people that don't do this sort of work. So if you're not doing that sort of work, you can get a really great price with this company. If you are, but you're quoted with them, your coverage is going to have a gap there. So it's very important to communicate what you're doing in as much detail as possible. And like Brian said, ask questions about what your policy covers, because there could be some exclusions, some gaps, misclassifications, like Brian said, and different ways that numbers are being generated. So it's best to ask questions if you have any like that, and it's going to be the easiest way to find out any gaps.